Hey people, so we're reviewing the first gen, it's just going to call it Facebook glasses. What's this? Okay, so on the box, so this is the one we ordered last week. So on the inside you have some, I think it's probably return information. So just in case, I think in the UK you get 45 days return, just in case it's not quite your cup of tea. So that's for your peace of mind. It's not the cheapest device certainly, because if you think of an iPhone that's, £700-800, this is already 300. So it's definitely not the cheapest. Reminds me distinctive of Apple packaging, so just, okay, not the most convincing. Okay, so feeling like an idiot at the moment. What are you meant to do with it? Nope. Maybe not. Do people actually read the menu? When you take off the strap on the side, it rather tears the box, which is strange. So there, you have it. So all we have is the glasses, which does the charging. You can see at the back of the glasses there's a USB-C port. What's next? That you're going to tell me that I can update the firmware of the glasses. It's going to be strange. There's no power break, because I think the assumption with modern devices is that you'll probably have a charger break somewhere. So USB-C to USB-C, that's that. Let's see what this is. Is it microfiber cloth or something? Okay, so carrying case, just to minimize the scratch, I guess. On their website, you can see what it looks like on your face, but okay, is it absolutely horrible? I can't see it. Is it okay? You're just saying that to be nice, aren't you? So on the inside, what's quite nice is that you can see a charging connector. So when you take off the glasses, I guess it just plugs in quite nicely. See a contact on the one side. Not the other side, just one side. I think you just slide it in and it suspends in place. Close it and there you go. Really happy that they've actually included the glasses, because imagine if you see lots of people just plugging their glasses into a computer, it would just look really weird. Whereas when it's charging, it's actually protected, which is quite nice. A little bit less glare on the actual normal glasses. I can see it. It's basically, we've got 4 studio lights there, and it's optically it's a little bit strange. So just to get a sense of the weight, so it's 49 grams, whereas a normal pair of glasses 24 grams. So it's basically twice the weight of a plain pair of glasses. If we look at the side, you can see just how noticeable the frame is still. When you wear it, it's a lot less noticeable, and of course around the glass, the frame is actually still quite noticeable. It's a little bit bigger than I thought, and the glass itself is a little bit smaller. But yeah, so first observation, there's some glare, a little bit blue. I mean, obviously you've got the 45 days return period anyway. Here you can see a tiny LED light on this side and on the other side, so that lights up if you're using it. As for the battery, I think you're going to use the charging case quite a lot, because we start at 76%. Now I think we're out of battery, so this is about 20 minutes, but then I kept pressing the record button, so it's continuous recording, so within maybe 15-20 minutes you'll get a flat battery. I think if you use it in a lot more representative manner, so if you occasionally click still image once in a while, you're not going to drain the battery that much, but I just feel like you're going to use the charging case quite a lot. So that's in addition to our earlier comments. So thermals, something to be aware of. Older phone compatibility, something else. Some glare on the lens, that's something else. But yeah, generally impressive, very impressive. We're going to go and have a look at the image quality now. Can you tell that there's a blinking light? No, not really.
It's on this side.
Yeah, but would you have noticed? Probably not.
No, because when you
Yeah.
when you say like that, then I
Yeah. So basically, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. To record, if that makes sense.
alright.
Okay, and
Go through with your phone.
yeah, and then you can download it afterwards.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But basically, without me telling you that it's recording, you wouldn't know, right? Oh, okay. Outside of our office, this is the reason why it's so noisy. We're literally next to a road But I think as far as the video quality goes, it's quite well stabilized. And also, what's quite impressive is that actually rolling shutter-wise, it's actually very minimal, which is really impressive considering. And if you adjust the scene, the exposure catches up really quickly. And yeah, so it's a focus on the near and far. It's actually really quite nice. Okay, so we're getting closer to the coffee. This is a coffee machine noise, and how much can you hear of my voice versus the background? Because it's the audio is supposed to be quite sophisticated on this one, so you should be able to isolate some of the voice away from the background noise. That is background noise. So let's have a play in the recording and see how it goes. Again, I can just roughly see what I'm talking to, but I can't exactly see on the frame what I'm pointing at. The thing with the duration is this coffee wouldn't be ready within this recording time limit, which is quite interesting. As 30 seconds is quite a powerful video format, and if somebody's looking at me from the back, then they'll think I'm just talking to myself, which would be really odd. The coffee is almost ready, which is great. Thank you to the coffee machine. So you probably only get about 28 seconds of recording time, because at the beginning when you press and at the end when you press onto the lens, you hear a tiny click noise. So that's probably something that can be adjusted in the future, but this is emulating a darker setting. I think really nice in that you can just press a button now to record a video instead of having to get your phone out, struggle with all the buttons. I think that's the really nice appeal of this device. Just able to record something quickly if you need in the dark. On the inside and outside of one side of the glass, it gets quite hot, just under 40 degrees. This is after sustained video recording. In reality, it's probably more like 35, 36. This is just an extreme end. On the other side, it's fine. The front is fine. So I guess that's where the battery and the chipset is. Also, it slightly depends on the shape of your face. So for me, at least, my face doesn't directly contact the hot bit, which is quite lucky, I think. We did, however, get this glass needs to cool down briefly. This is when we had the glass in the case. We were thinking content of it. It wasn't actually doing any live recording. But personally, I would just think of this as an additional way to record the moments which you're probably too lazy or too busy or don't have a spare hands for your smartphone. Genuinely really interesting. I think I haven't been this excited about a device, I think, since the iPhone 10. So that's a few years ago. So it's potentially quite promising. But just to say, I mean, this is obviously a first version, so it's not posing or dancing, it just records video and does a still. One of the features I'm looking forward to try the most is actually the speakers, just so I can play podcasts a little bit more easily. The first impression is really good. It's quite a compact device, doesn't feel too heavy, and I think the image quality is really good. Just hope to have a play with the podcast feature. I think so far the battery life, potentially a really fast battery drain when you're heavily using it is one concern. The other is you're hard to know when it's 30 seconds. Anyway, hope to have a play in the real world and see how it goes. See you guys in a few days.